working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running around, keeping people pleased. But this is my favorite holiday. It's a chance to start over new. 'Cause I missed you, so I'm letting go of everything but you. These are the good times.
Hey friends, it's Kate from Kate's Crafting Corner. I'm here for day 2 of the second day of Christmas, and oh boy, I've not gotten much done. It is 11:30 p.m. And unfortunately, little Miss Shadow over here, I am talking to you, has made it near impossible to get done the things that I would like to get done. And my husband has been running errands, so please just stay there. No, she's not going to. My husband has been running errands, so I've not been able to pass her along to him, unfortunately. So here we are. I did also spend a lot of the day making plans for next year. I was watching a few planning videos. We will tell. Here she comes. Sansa. If she would just let me put her in the chair next to me, it would be okay. But no, she has to be held. Anyways, I was watching planning videos, and so I've been working on my own plans. This is my whiteboard that folds up. Okay. This took an unreasonably long amount of time to do. But here is the first of the squares. I don't know. This first one must have taken me. This is the green dragon. Oops. This one must have taken me 3 or 4 hours to do, and there's no reason it should have taken that long. Absolutely no reason. But my head wasn't focused. Different designers have different ways of writing things, and it took me a while to get used to. This eye keeps twitching. Getting used to this designer's style of writing. But here it is. The second one was much quicker. An hour and a half. Still a long time, but quicker. And here is what, and you can see the holes and a little bit better in this one. It's much more detailed than the camera's picking up, but this one is from last year's Advent, and it is called The Shire. And there is still a lot of both of the colors left. So I'm going to put them into their respective bags, and I will deal with extras later, depending on weight. Yeah, it will depend on weight to see if there is another project worth of yarn in there, or if it will go automatically into my Advent jelly roll blanket. Yeah, because like there might be a scarf's quantity worth, and if there is, then I would like to do that. Oh, this little baby. Okay, so last year's day number 2 is called Stone Giants, and that, oops, not the thread. And this is what that looks like. So a nice like brown color. I am curious if this one's also going to be a brown color, because I mean the first day was green on both of them, so I wonder if it's going to follow a similar pattern. No, it's not. This one is very beautiful though. It is called Sting, and it is a lovely blue. So we have these two colors. And this day's, so the first day's squares were 9 rounds. Come on, stop being difficult. Day number 2's squares, oh my God, Santa! She is driving me crazy. She is driving me so crazy. Guys, I am seriously gonna lose it. These kind of things. Oh, dice and everything coming out. Okay. This is what the squares look like. And this is 2 additional rounds. So these are probably going to take me like 5 or 6 hours to do. So, oh boy. It is what it is. It is what it is, Sansa. Okay. So, moving along. I'm just thinking, sorry, I don't know why I'm being so quiet. This color is, the camera's not picking it up, just how beautiful this color is. It is so beautiful, though. Okay, I guess we will talk about some of the plans I've been making. Please stay. Please stay. Okay, so first I went through and I made a list of the different kind of challenges that I will be working on next year. So I've got my cross stitch Monopoly, my knitting crochet Monopoly. This is Millstone Manor, temperature stitching, which I had forgotten about till I was watching Jen the Caffeinated Stitcher today, talking about her temperature stitching. Whip Go, my soccer stitching, Great British Bake Off, my book challenges, 324. That is the cross stitch pattern 324, and my plan for that is to stitch 1 color block a day, which shouldn't be too many stitches. And then the final one is my scripture study stitching. I think most of these I'm going to talk about as we go along. I'm not quite sure if I'll have time to make the videos before the New Year's, in part because I am behind on worry worms. I've got to make those worry worms, and yeah, like I think I'm at needing to do about 8 colors a day to get them done. So I really need to pick up the pace on that. However, I do like to make plans. It brings me so much joy. So, nothing really has changed. No, let's talk about Great British Bake Off. This is where the planning has started today. So, Jen the Caffeinated Stitcher was talking about doing her Great British Bake Off stitching next year. 1 episode a week, 2 weeks in between series, etc., etc. She is starting on collection 5 on the Netflix, which she thinks is season or series 8. However, I don't like starting mid things like that. And I found that the early seasons 1 through 7, are on the Roku channel for free. There are commercials, but they are for free. And so my plan is to start with season 1, and I will just try to do 1 episode a week. Now, clearly the numbers were way too high and it was way too complicated for the fall. So Jen simplified a lot of the numbers, and I simplified them even more because she had 50 stitch increments and I only wanted to stitch on the hundreds. Okay. So for mine, I will be doing for a Hollywood handshake. That project gets 100 stitches. The last in technical gets 100 stitches. The first in technical gets 200 stitches. Jen had done 150 here, so I rounded up. She had done 50 here, so I also rounded up. Those are the only two I changed that she had. The eliminated baker gets 300 stitches, and the star baker gets 200 stitches. Then for the finale, the losers, and there's usually two, get 200 stitches each, and the finale winner gets 500 stitches, which I think all is fair. So my plan is to do one episode a week. That should be about, and hopefully 2026, I am going to selfishly stitch. I will continue to do clubs through this school year, but I don't think I'm going to do clubs next school year. It's just I am pretty the current crop of 6th graders, which is our school is TK through 6. TK is transitional kindergarten, think preschool. Through 6th grade. And I've been really close with this group of 6th graders, or at least a group of them, since about their 3rd or 4th grade. So they are the ones who join my clubs. They come and they cross stitch in the library, or they crochet in the library. I never taught them knitting, but they come and they do all these things. They literally come every single recess, which means 3 times a day. Morning recess, lunch recess, and afternoon recess. And so for them, I will continue to do the clubs this year. But as many of you pointed out in my one freak out video, I can't pour from an empty cup. I have to be selfish sometimes, and they have to hopefully realize they can't keep taking advantage of me all the time. I am the only one who has a kindergarten 1st grade club. Those kids have no other club option without my club. And, that is just what it is. And it's not fair that, that I really just get taken advantage of is basically what it comes down to. So part of my frustration is I do use the money that I make from the clubs. That's like my stash money, my clubs, my yarn clubs and all that kind of stuff. So I will have to cut back on some of those things. I think I have enough stash. It will be hard to get myself to enroll from like a Lord of the Rings club, but I might have to do it. And realize it's not going to be the end of the world. It's okay. And I have plenty of stash. I have plenty of projects to work on. Like, I think about 250 projects. I can calm down a little bit, right? And instead just, hey, Gracie Marie. Yeah, I'm calling you out. She is looking at me like, oh, others were barking too, Mom. Anyways, put my mental health first for a little bit. So I have 5 more months. We go to the end of May, and then I'm going to stick to what's in my contract. And if it's not in my contract, then for a year probably or so, I'm just not going to volunteer and do it. Which means a lot of after school clubs. It means that the PTO is going to have to start to stand. We're a PTO, not a PTA. Start sending volunteers for the book fair because I'm not going to stay past my contract hours for all the things that I do for that. I spend about 20 hours at book fair of my own time. Not going to do that. And I'm going to start being selfish. I'm just going to selfishly craft. And instead of coming home and making things for the kids or doing all that, I'm just going to take a year or whatever to fully mentally health recharge to, like, you know? So, thank you for those who recommended that. You were right. 2026, I'm going to be selfish. When I say selfishly stitching, a lot of my things will still probably be for other people. But I'm going to stitch instead of feeling bad because I need to be doing something or staying late at school to do stuff. And, you know, I can theoretically get home by like 4:15 each day. That is plenty of stitching time. And trying not to burn myself out so that all I want to do is scroll on Instagram, or Facebook Reels, or, you know, that type of thing. Hey, Maggie May. Hey, girlfriend. Anyway, so my plan for Bake Off. I've told you the stitch amounts. The first season only had 10 contestants. I know future seasons have 12, so I will eventually bring in 2 more whips, but I decided that this is going to be my full coverage challenge, right? So my full coverage projects that I will be working on in the year will be chosen by the Great British Bake Off, which is in part why I wanted it to be in the 100 increments instead, because that's basically like 1 10 by 10 square. So, I'm trying to think of, like, I don't have all of these. Oh, well, I don't have any of the projects here to show you. I'm trying to think if I want to actually put in the cover pictures while editing. So I guess I'll slow it down and try to do it. You'll know if I did it or not. So we have Hobbiton by Stitching Masterpiece. We have a map of Middle Earth. This is a design by a Russian or Ukrainian designer. I'm not sure their name at the top of my head. I know I have it in the Cross Stitch Saga app, so that's how I know. We have Snape's Library from the Cross Stitch Studio. We have Rivendell, which is another one from either Russian or Ukrainian. Baby! Russian or Ukrainian designer, because I also have that one in Cross Stitch Saga. We have the Mystery Foxowl that is from the Cross Stitch Studio. Stone Cabin, the Mystery Cross Stitch Sal from Heaven and Earth Designs, which actually they sent us the patterns today, so I might reward myself with a sneaky start on that one. Yeah. Hogsmeade at Sunset. I don't think I have the fabric for this yet. I impulsively bought it last night. And or the night before. I think maybe I told you guys about it, but I didn't include a picture. Anyways, it is AI generated art. I don't care. I know a lot of people do. That's not something, like, it's not something that always bothers me. Sometimes it does, but usually it doesn't. There are a lot of things about AI that do bother me, that sometimes creep me out. My husband was calling the car dealership today, and the person that answered, the first contact, it was an AI thing that they gave a name to, and it sounded talking just like regular human talking. Okay, it didn't sound at all robotic. Didn't like that. That was super creepy. Did not like that at all. Anyways, We've got Visit Hogsmeade. This is by Country Magic Stitch. I started it with Kitty in the fall, or did we start it in July? I don't know. We started it this last year. Then the bonus Amy Stewart prize, they actually sent it to everyone, so you don't even have to finish a full chart page. They just sent it to all the participants, and I am so excited. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to start this. They had 4 options. They had regular max size, no, regular max color, super size regular colors, and then super size max color. And I loved this one so much that I chose this super size max color. And I will be buying the fabric for it. I haven't bought it yet, so this is one that I'm depending on hey Maggie May, depending on how the episodes go, I may end up owing this one stitches eventually. But I will be ordering the fabric from 123 Stitch. It is like $65-$70 somewhere in there, because I need to get the 36 by 59 or something like that piece of fabric. I will be doing it 25 count, 1/1 full cross. But I think it'll be worth it, because this is such a gorgeous piece. Anyways, and the final one is A Christmas Carol charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. So those are my full coverage pieces that have for right now. I will add others as there are more contestants. And what I did was I looked up the contestants and I put them in alphabetical order, and then I took the list of whips and I put it in random.com or random.org's list randomizer. And so I did not in any way I was not in any way able to cheat in terms of like in terms of putting whips with winners, like more favorite whips with winners. Okay, it's all random. And these are the whips that I will be sticking with throughout the various season. And that's what I'm leaning towards anyways. So again, my plan is to try to do 1 episode a week. I'm going to really try hard this year to post a video every week. My plan is to post videos on Mondays. So for this particular challenge, on the weekend, I will watch the episode to discover the stitches required, so that I'll be able to share that in the Monday video, like in the plans section. Right, Maggie? She's telling me I'm going to fail. So once I did that, I looked then at my temperature stitching projects. 2 of them were ones in the full coverage, so I wanted to trade those out for different projects. The reason being is that when you have like 250, almost, not quite, but almost projects, I want to make sure I'm not having any of the same projects on the same board, if that makes sense, or game or whatever, what have you. Just so things get a chance. So, for the temperature stitching, I wanted to pick pieces that, I can make some progress on, that I don't necessarily get out that often, and I'd like to like give them a little bit more chance. So the first one, the first one I have on here is Lila Studios Holiday Quaker, the one that I put in like 8 stitches, maybe, if even that. No, not even that. I think it was 2. So I have all of 2 stitches. I also want to do the Halloween Quaker. So my plan is once I finish the holiday, which is the Christmas one, I will swap that out for the Halloween one. So that is an extra incentive to do that. I don't know, you guys. Okay, so my plan is to look at the forecast ahead of the week. If I can, I'm going to do my plans on Sunday so that I can just be ready to share them on Monday. Anyway, so 100 stitches for the last number in the temperature that is forecast. So not actually the day's temperature. So for the 0, it is Holiday Quaker. For numbers ending in 1, it's a map of Gondor, or it's called Gondor/Rohan map. And this is all in one color, but it's not full coverage, but it is quite large. So the first time that gets called, I will bring it out and show you. Number 2 is my Mill Hill focus piece. So right now I need to focus on the Mill Hill projects for my husband that I need to get done, those Santas. So I will work on one. When that gets done, I will sub in the next one, and so on and so forth. And I have a lot of Mill Hills in stash or started that hopefully they will just keep getting, as one gets finished, the next one comes in. Number 3 is the seasonal the seasonal Celtic ones. So my plan is January, February, March will be winter. April, May, June will be spring. July, August, September will be summer. October, November, December will be fall. And so for temperature, so if it's number 3 and like a number ending in 3 for the start of January, then I will be oh my gosh, why am I struggling with words? I will be working on Celtic winter. I almost said Noel. Jeez Louise. Okay. I think that makes sense. Numbers ending in 4 will be a Honeybee Quaker. This is a present for one of my sisters. When this one gets finished, I have other Quakers that I will be slotting into this day. Number 5 is Halloween Rules. When Halloween Rules is done, I've got Christmas Rules. When Christmas Rules is done, I've got Christmas by the Letter. And when all 3 of those are done, which is quite a bit into the future, we will see what category will get put there next. Numbers ending in 6 are the seasonal queens. So same thing as the Celtic, seasonal Celtic ones. These are the Mirabilia queens for each season. Numbers ending in 7 will be the Epic Storybook Princesses from Cloud's Factory. And this one is going to be a present for my niece, most likely. 8 is a series of seasonal quilts, cross stitch that I have. So again, same thing. And numbers ending in 9 is Evening in the Shire. This one is fairly close to being finished, so I plan on using the number 9 one for projects that are close to being finished and just slotting those in to try to get them finished up. What do you think, Maggie? Is that smart? Anyways, so that's the temperature stitching. I did not work on Monopoly yet. I will probably work on that while editing yesterday's video and today's video. Milestone Manor. My husband, did print this out for me, which I was super excited about. I haven't worked on, Maggie, could you calm down? I haven't worked on what projects I'm putting where, but I told you guys that I was going to use Longbourn blueprints. And this printed out even better than I could have hoped. Like, honestly, it printed out so well. So, this is the blueprints that someone made on DeviantArt. And it does go with the actual house that it was filmed in, because I found the blueprints for those, but this person fit the characters' names into the rooms or like their uses. I am going to need to add a few things in here. For example, the stairs get their own projects. Next, you're supposed to have a project for the hallways. Because this house has like a circular hallway, I'm just going to pick one for the upstairs hallway, and then even though there's a bunch of doors and stuff here, I'm just going to pick one for the downstairs hallway. Same kind of idea, because like there's no words here, so I'm just going to treat this as if it is one. And maybe what I'll do is just like if there's doors, so we have the hall, which will be different than the hallways. So you're coming this way, so this is hallway. If you're wanting to go like over, I need to look at this more. Hallway. Okay, we'll show on this side. Hallway, and then there's a door, but you want to keep going to get over here. You'll need to do the hallway again. And then there's stairs, so you'll need to do it a third time to get over here. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I'm not going to have like a billion different hallway projects. So yeah, I think I will need 26 projects for this. So I think well, I was going to put my parents for the main hall, but I actually think theirs will get more attention if I make them a hallway instead of just the front hall. Even though you like come back to every time you regenerate, you come back to the hall. I think that they would get more stitches on either a hallway or the stairs. So yeah, this is the blueprint that I will be using, and you start off with only 6 rooms open. Jen, the Caffeinated Stitcher, said what she's going to do is put all the rooms into like a randomizer or something and choose based off of that what room she'll go to. And so you can only open 6 rooms to begin with. And until your character levels up, you just have those 6 rooms. So if the one she were to draw would be like if it were to be like, sorry, I'm looking at this trying to think. If it were to be like Jane Bennett's room over here. So you've got the hall, that's number 1. Then you've got the hallway so that you can get up the stairs. So hallway 2, stairs 3, upstairs hallway is 4, and then Jane Bennett's would be 5. So that would be the things that were unlocked. After that, there would only be one more room that could be unlocked, which could, again, be almost any room because those hallways are circular for my upstairs and downstairs. So almost every room touches it. But so then what Jen said is that she will then use like a wheel or something with just those rooms on it to determine where she goes until she's able to add more rooms. And I really liked that idea, so I think I'm going to try to do that. I'll just make a wheel for it to determine those kind of things. My husband, I think I'm going to leave everything for this challenge in this envelope, and I'll put the name of the challenge on here just so it stays nice and neat and tidy. But anyway, so he also printed me out, which he also printed me out all the papers to go with it. So we have the instructions, and I didn't think he was going to print it in color, but he did. And so we have the lovely, beautiful tracker here in color, and also there's a black and white. Now the whip, the like milestone manor whip sheet only has 20 spots, and again I need like 26 or something like that. I'm not quite positive. But so what I plan on doing is using the black and white edition, this black and white grayscale one, to add the additional whips. I still need to decide what my milestones are going to be, because chatelaines will have different milestones. I'm thinking what I'm mainly going to use this for, this particular project, will be my chatelaines and stitch alongs that I've fallen behind on. And all of those have like 12 parts or things like that. So I'm really thinking that is, so finishing a part is going to be like a milestone for me. Milestones as created for the original game include page finishes, but Jessie Marie does a lot of full coverage. So it includes things like page finishes, percentages, like stitch count increments. So for every 10,000 stitches, you get 1 XP point. Things like that. So I need to think of what ones will work best for the projects I'm going to put in here. I, again, am really leaning towards Sal's that I've fallen behind on and the family projects. Gracie Marie, go drink some water, baby. Go drink some water. She has her tongue out and she's panting while staring at me. It's, go drink water. It's a little creepy. Okay. Oh, you are a pretty girl. Anyway, okay. So I will do more updates with this as we go along. And I will plan the projects for sure when I do my bingo plans. I have my 2 previously filled out bingo boards here. Cross stitch, knitting, crochet. I just want to go through and change some things. Yeah. Anyway. So, we talked about the temperature, whip go. That's another one. I'm gonna in one sitting plan whip go, Monopoly, and milestone manor. I just have to sit and divvy up the whips that way. That's just, it's going to be the easiest, and with my clinger it just wasn't possible today. My book challenges. So there are 3 books for the serial stitcher group, I think is what it's called, that I'm interested in doing. 3 series. Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, and what is the other one? Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, and I love it when this happens. I love it so much. My mind just goes completely blank. Hang on, it's on the computer. Jane Austen, because it's not a series. That's why I wouldn't think of it. So I chose 3 full coverage pieces for these that are related to the series. I am debating changing them because they are part of my Great British Bake Off stitching. So I might change them. Because I have Hobbiton down for Lord of the Rings. I have Snape's Library for Harry Potter. And then the one for Jane Austen is Minnie Jane and the Prisoner of Woolhouse. I'm thinking for Harry Potter, I might change it to Giant Harry Potter from Cloud's Factory. I haven't worked on that in ages, and I don't have that assigned to any projects. So I might change that to that. And then for the Lord of the Rings ones, like I have a ton of Lord of the Rings projects. I just need to choose one. So yeah, I'm thinking about changing both of those. We'll see. Yeah. Just because I want to make sure that okay, I might change the Hobbiton one to one of my Lord of the Rings related country magic stitch pieces because I have quite a few of those and I don't have them assigned to anything right now. So that's what I might do. So I will look more into that. I need to remind myself that. And my plan for that is to do 1 chapter a month. Each chapter is about 2,500 stitches or so. Hang on, let me look. I think what she did was she took the total, not chapter. I meant pages, like 2 pages a month. So for Harry Potter, the total words for the entire series is 1,084,170 stitches / words. And so like, okay, so I would do like 2 pages a week. So she hasn't broken down in 2 pages segments. So for the first Harry Potter book, each segment or 2 pages is between 500 and 750 words. And so my plan is to do the 2 pages. Same thing for Lord of the Rings. And same for Jane Austen. Yeah. So that is basically my plan for the book challenges. For the scripture stitching, I have my scripture study plan to read the whole. Hang on, my husband just got home. Sorry about that. I just went and got my husband. I warmed up some leftovers for dinner for him. So as I was saying, the final thing is scripture study. And so my year, like studying the scriptures in a year plan, is about 4 to 5 chapters a day. And so I have some cross stitch projects and stuff that are like Christian focused. Um, so I have one called His Hands, that is the Lord, and he's holding out the hands with the nail print. That's either Janlin or Dimension, I don't remember. But I've got the Advent poem, I've got the Nativity Tiny Town, I have a Heaven and Earth design one that is something about the children, like it's like Jesus sitting and speaking to the children or something like that. I haven't worked on that one in so many years. I have the Nativity from Donna Gelsinger, also charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, just various ones like that I want to work on while listening to my daily scripture study. And these are ones I'm not going to be doing like, my plan is I'm not going to be like counting stitches or anything like that. It'll just be like the 4 chapters I will stitch while listening to them. That is my plan. And that's the last thing on my list. So, yeah, that's about where I'm at with plans at the moment. I want to finish working on planning. I have a lot of editing I need to do. Yesterday and today, they are both long videos, and I need to wind these 2 skeins. So I'll probably start with winding the skeins while editing yesterday's video. And then I need my iPad to work the patterns, so I can't work on those while editing. So I might work on some more worry worms because those need to get done. And yeah, I'm also gonna go to bed really soon. It is 12:30 a.m. at this moment, and I am pretty tired. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go to bed. My like once my husband's ready for bed. And I have Annie right now. So for once it's not. Oh wait, no. Are you my Haze? No, you're Annie. Hi Annie. You're not normally with me. Anyways, so yeah, those really kind of things I need to get done. I do just want to keep planning. I do love to plan. Maybe I will just work on editing both videos tomorrow. Send over the clips and like get all the footage in, and then just work on the editing tomorrow. Especially since I mentioned so many whips that I need to put cover pictures for. So yep, gotta do that. What do you think, Annie? What do you think, Annie? You're a silly girl, that's what I think. You're a silly girl, Annie. I don't know, you guys. I'm tired. So I hope you are having a great weekend, since it is the weekend now, and that you're all ready for the new year. If you are making plans, if you have a planned video, please let me know down below so I can go watch it. Because maybe I'm missing a plan that I need to add to my already overflowed list. Maybe I will do my Whip Go reading one. I'm looking at my computer again. I don't know. What should we do, Annie? What should we do? Oh, excuse me. Maybe the Whip Go board is all just fancy ladies. What do you think of that plan? Mom, I think you're too indecisive. Probably, Annie, probably. Just looking at my board here, I already know I have to change it because I've got projects here that are now in other places, but there are projects that should stay. So I don't know. Either way, we're basically starting over in the new year. Stitch counts will be reset. I might have to abandon my whip wranglers. I already mentioned that, I think. I just actually what I am thinking is making my whip go board a Christmas whip go board, putting in those 20 whip wrangler ones and the like tiny Christmas, like the advents from this year that I didn't get done, just putting in all those Christmas whips, and then I will be able to work on Christmas all year long, especially since I'm never able to actually work on Christmas during Christmas. So that's actually what I'm leaning towards right now. So yeah, I will let you know for sure when I actually settle my plans down. But yeah, I'm also thinking that since I'm so far behind on the worry worms, that I'll either do these preview videos in the new year, and I will just have ready for the start of the year what I will be working on initially. I don't know. I'm playing with some ideas. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know down below. But yeah. So I do actually, no, I am gonna say my whip go board will be Christmas projects. So we're gonna make that decision right now. Yeah. Okay. I will chat with you guys later. Hope that you are having a fantastic day. And I'm so sorry. I don't know where that came from. Yeah. Hope you're having a really fantastic day. Bye, y'all.